So folks, this is a really special one to show you today. It's not every day I get a Breedlove, and this one here is one of the Breedlove CE Pursuit models. So it's a concert cutaway with this really interesting design here. Not quite a Florentine, but not a normal cutaway either, Venetian cutaway or whatever. Slightly different. You see kind of this shape on other brands and models, but it's very common to Breedlove. And this is a solid spruce top with the abalone rosette, and you'll be forgiven to think this is rosewood. That would be what most people think upon seeing this back and ribs. It is actually striped ebony, and this is one of their exotic series pursuits. They make them in myrtle, they make them in flamed maple, they make them in rosewood, and they make them in this striped ebony as well. There may be other variations of it as well. These are fantastic guitars. This thing has the projection of a dreadnought. Playing it side by side with the Guild I showed you on the last video, this projects every bit as much. I'm not sure. I think it's Fishman Electronics. There's the jack on that. And what I really like about this configuration of electronics, it does have the sound hole control, but it's just tone. I'm sorry, it's just volume. One control, nothing else. So volume is it. And this has a really loud pickup. I have my amp set for most acoustic guitars to plug in and play at a reasonable volume. When I plugged this in at that setting, it was a lot louder than the other guitars. So it's a really resonant and responsive pickup, and you just set the volume and you do all your tone at the amp or at your mixer settings. I like that. I like that simplicity. A lot of times when you have a volume and a tone, you dial your tone in and you just leave it. There's no reason in a gig usually to change your tone. So I like the simplicity of just one control on the pickup. I like the way these are fed through. If you look at the bridge, I don't know if you can see, but there are no bridge pins. So it's a through feed. Really nice ebony board on this. And of course Breedlove's very famous headstock, which is unique. And the tuners are excellent on this. It's their own tuners with the B on the back. This is just a fantastic guitar, and you can get these guitars I think around $700-800 and maybe cheaper used. They do make a cedar one with a mahogany back. This is the exotic series though, I think are all spruce, and I really like this stripe ebony. It's one piece of wood. Really pretty, excellent figure in this. Just a beautiful guitar. So this baby I'm going to play for a while and see how it compares with some of my other guitars before I make a decision on whether it stays or goes. I've done videos on that painful process lately. So I just wanted to show this because it's just a really beautiful guitar, and I sat and played it for a couple of hours last night through my Fishman amp, and kind of, you know, when you find a guitar you really like and you just get, time just disappears and you get lost in it. That was the experience with this guitar. I was just playing and playing and playing, and when you have that experience with a guitar, especially when you see as many guitars as I do, you know that it's something special. And of course Breedlove makes good guitars, so you know, I feel honored that it came my way and that I get a chance to play it. I've heard a lot about these Pursuit models, but this is the first one I've got my hands on, and so far I think it's every bit as good as the reviews and as people say they are. I really like that Guild D240E that I showed you in the last video, but playing them side by side, I think this one is even higher quality than that guitar. And I like the shape of this guitar. I like the fact that it's a smaller concert model with the cutaway. It might even be a little bit slimmer in profile as well than most dreadnought guitars. Really nice neck, Had to do very little work on this. Might play around with the action a bit more, but really it's just a fantastic guitar, and it sounds great, and it's wonderful to play. So just wanted to get that out to you. Let me know if you've got one of these or a Breedlove of any kind. Of course, I think Breedlove also makes the Bedell guitars, so it's like most entities, a family of brands, and those are excellent guitars as well. But let me know what you think of these things, if you have any experience with them. I just think they're fantastic. Pursuit EX, and that's for Exotic. Concert CE, and this one is, it looks like IR at the end, and I don't know how that stands for Ebony or striped ebony, or I don't know, but that's the number, or sorry, the letter configuration on the label in the sound hole. But you might run across these with other exotic woods on the back, and even a cedar model. All right, folks, another fantastic guitar to show you. I'll keep them coming. See you next time.